All right.
We're up to 212 to 11.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. We're just waiting for more people to join us, and then we'll begin shortly. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to join you to our part 3 of our series for 8th grade students and some high school students that might be interested in our programs in our district. So this is part 3 of our 3-part series. Part 1 was the magnet programs. Part 2 was the AP program. And part 3, which is tonight, and final presentation is on the dual enrollment program, specifically the Early Start Pathway program. So these are the Zoom meeting guidelines so that everybody will know, so that as soon as I'm done with the presentation, you can, we'll address some of your questions. So we have several people from the district joining our group that will be addressing you momentarily, and they'll be helping me answer some of the questions via chat. And then at the end, if there's time, then we'll open it up to some questions from some of you. So that way we can address anything before we leave today. All the information that will be presented today will be shared on a website, and I'll show you that as well as we go along. So right now, we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll start off with Alexander High School, Miss Michelle Lopez.
Good evening, parents. My name is Michelle Lopez. I'm the assistant principal that oversees our Early Start Pathway program. Here I am located at the main campus, but I oversee the program at both the 9th grade campus and the main campus.
And we have Mr. Juan Herrera with LBJ High School.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Juan Antonio Herrera Jr. I'm an assistant principal here at Lyndon B. Johnson High School. I coordinate the Early Start Pathway program at our school in conjunction with our academic coordinator, Miss Emily Guzman. Emily, I'm not too sure if you want to wave hi to everybody and let everybody know who you are. We recognize that our United Early College and our Blicia Early College programs receive a lot of attention. However, our Early Start Pathway program is also thriving, and it gives students that were not selected through the lottery system for early colleges the opportunity to earn the chance to take college credit. This program is changing our South Laredo community. It's allowing more of our students to earn college credit while in high school, therefore making them more likely to earn a bachelor's degree and granting them more access to career opportunities, more career opportunities. Our students are supported by dynamic teachers, by caring counselors, and also by Ms. Guzman and myself. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My number is 956-473-5104. Thank you.
And I'll give that information again, and they'll also share that information through chat. Mr. David De La Rosa, United High School.
Good evening, parents. My name is David De La Rosa. I'm at United High School. I oversee the dual program, which includes the ESP program and the HB program, and also the Gold program. We also have our HVAC program, which helps students receive certification through Laredo College in air conditioning. So that's a big plus for some of those kids that are eager and ready to get to work right out of high school. Any questions you might have, please feel free to contact the school, and I will put my contact information in the chat. Okay. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Denise Collins at United South High School.
Good evening, parents. My name is Denise Collins. I'm an assistant principal at United South High School. I'm in charge of the Early Start Pathway program at United South High School. We welcome your kids. It's a wonderful opportunity for your students. I am the contact person. So if you need anything, feel free to contact me at the campus. Thank you.
Thank you. So there you have it, folks. These are the people that you need to contact once you your child gets to high school. So this presentation is for the 8th graders that are currently preparing for high school. So these are for the incoming freshmen. So we'll be giving them information. And if you're in high school, you're still welcome to stay, because it's also important that you hear of our programs if you're not currently involved. So what we're going to go over today is for the class of 2025, which are your current 8th graders, which are going to be freshmen next year. And we're going to review the Early Start Pathway guidelines. So just bear with me as I present the information, and I change screens as I show you some certain things on the website, so that you'll know where all the information is located. So the dual credit program offers students an opportunity to earn college credit while they're still in high school. So during the school day, while the students are taking high school courses, they're also going to take these dual credit courses if they qualify. And if you complete this course, you will earn dual credit, which means that you'll get high school and college credit at the same time. You'll get one grade, and that grade will be on your high school transcript and on your college transcript. These courses are college courses, and the curriculum is beyond the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, because not only are the instructors covering the high school course, but they're also covering the requirements for the college course. So that's what we call dual credit. So in the Early Start Pathway program, you have the opportunity to pick and choose from this buffet of courses that you see on your screen. There's a possibility of earning 33 credit hours during the school day while you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. So if you start as a freshman, the first course you'll be taking is either Art 1301 or Computer Science, depending on which high school you go to. Because of the possibility that whatever teacher they have that is approved by Loreto College, that's the course they'll offer in the 9th grade, and this course is offered during the spring term. When you become a sophomore, they'll offer you History 1301, and that's also offered during the spring term. When you become a junior, they'll offer you History 1302 and English 1301. So History 1302 is offered in the fall, and English 1301 is offered in the spring. You'll notice that each of these courses are 3 hours of credit, and you'll see the number of credits that you can earn if you get a D or better for college credit, but in order to get high school credit, you must get a C or better. When you become a senior, you have a whole bunch of courses at your disposal. You don't have to take all of them. You can only take whatever you can handle based on your schedule. You'll take English 1302, English 2327. You'll take a college math, federal government, Texas government, and you'll take 2 psychology courses. Notice that one of the psychology courses is considered an elective. So what you see here as 30 total core hours means that if you are going to a university in Texas or college in Texas, that those 30 hours are guaranteed to transfer into the university or college in Texas that you're going to by Texas statute. The 3 elective college hours are based on your degree plan. It just depends on what type of degree program you're going into. So during the school day, you can earn up to 33 credit hours. You can also earn up to 18 college credit hours during the summer college academy. So this starts for the current sophomores, juniors, and also the current freshmen, that we offer them the opportunity to take summer college academy courses. And that all depends on what Loreto College offers us so that we can offer your child. We also have the advanced placement program that we talked about last week. And if you get a 3 or better on the AP exam, you're also able to get college hours. So in essence, you can get up to 51 hours or more if you count some of those advanced placement courses hours as well. There's also other programs like the UT on Ramps program and the GOLD program that Mr. De La Rosa mentioned, where you can also earn extra college hours. And who knows, perhaps you can also graduate with an associate's degree before you even finish high school. So we do have a partnership with Loreto College, and that's the institution that we partner with to help facilitate the courses that we offer our students. So concurrent enrollment, what is the difference between concurrent enrollment and dual credit? So you always hear these terms, concurrent enrollment, dual credit. So essentially concurrent enrollment may also be referred to as dual enrollment, but dual credit may be viewed as a form of concurrent enrollment because the student is enrolled in both high school and college at the same time. So concurrent enrollment, dual enrollment means that the student is enrolled both in high school and college. The only difference with concurrent is that you only get college credits. So that grade that you earn only appears on your college transcript if it's only for concurrent credit or concurrent enrollment. So make sure you know the difference between dual credit and concurrent enrollment. So dual credit means you get credit in high school and college, but if you take a course for concurrent enrollment, that course only counts for college. So you need to be careful about the courses that you take during the summer, because all those courses are for concurrent enrollment, with the exception of the course like Government 2305, which we offer for dual credit. So the application is due on May 21st. And also for any high school student that has not been part of the program. So it is, we encourage you to submit your application before this date. This year, we have an online application for 8th graders that has to be submitted via the Magnet Enrollment online portal. And if you already have an account because you applied for the Magnet program, then you don't have to create another account. The same account can be used to apply for the Early Start Pathway program. But if you're an 8th grader that did not apply for the Magnet, you can create your own username and password and also create an account so that you can also apply to the Early Start Pathway program. So this is the website that you go to, magnetapply.uisd.net. And I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and share what it looks like so that you can see that this is the Magnet portal. When you go and you typed in magnetapply.uisd.net, you'll see something like this, and it'll show you how to apply. But for the Early Start Pathway program, on February the 15th, there'll be another tab. It'll probably be here, and this will be moved to the right. So it'll say, they'll give you information for the Early Start Pathway program. So essentially what you do is if you already have an account because you applied for the Magnet program, all you do is log in here. But if you have not applied to the Magnet program and you want to apply for the Early Start Pathway program, then you use this register button over here, and it'll actually allow you to create an account. So the Magnet program has already passed, the deadline has already passed. So as of February the 15th, you won't see these tabs appearing first, you'll see the Early Start Pathway first. So that way you can apply for the program if you're a current 8th grader. All right. So let me go back to the presentation. So remember that there's going to be an Early Start Pathway tab, and it'll be available on February the 15th and on. Can you all see my PowerPoint? All right. So there's only one standard online application in order to get into the Early Start Pathway program. And again, if you already applied for the Magnet program, you can pretty much.
The young ones, and they're fucking pissed off, I don't think.
So as you can see, again, if you already applied for the Magnet program, you automatically have an account so that you can apply for the Early Start Pathway program. If you did not apply for the Magnet program, you can go ahead and create an account after this date right here. Okay. Remember that the application is due on Friday, May 21st at midnight. After midnight, this particular portal will not be active. So make sure you do it before May 21st. So you do need a minimum core GPA of 85 in order to submit your application. If you do apply and submit an application, your counselor will notify you if you have met the 85. If you haven't, they'll give you a call and tell you that you have not met the 85 requirement. It is necessary that you have an 85 because of the agreement that we have with Laredo College. I'm going to go to the other website so that I can show you where you can find the information. This is the Advanced Academics website at uisd.net. If you click under departments, you can select Advanced Academics and it'll take you to this website. So what you can see here is that it'll give you information on the UT on-ramps courses here. And then on the right-hand side, it'll give you a bunch of information, for example, on dual enrollment, all of these things, UT on-ramps information, Magnet information, the GT program, advanced placement program. And if you notice, there's a section right here for the Early Start Pathway program. So if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, you can get it in English or in Spanish. You can also get a brochure in English or in Spanish. And if you click here, it'll take you to that portal that I just showed you where you can submit your application. If you're in high school, not an 8th grader, you can apply. Here's the application in English, and here's the application in Spanish. If you would like to know more about a test, the test that you have to take in order to be part of this program, you would go to AccuPlacer app. And when you go there, you need to make sure that you pick on the Texas resources, because that will take you to the resources to prepare you for that test that you have to take in order to be part of the program. All right, so let me go back to the PowerPoint. And that is what you see at the Advanced Academics website. All right. So remember that when you fill out your application, you need to make sure you tell us which high school you're going to. You need to make sure you give us your phone numbers and email addresses so that we can contact you in case we have any questions on your application. You do require the TSIA 2.0, and this is now a combination of reading and writing. It's a test you have to pass in order to be able to take college courses and be part of the Early Start Pathway program. The online application does require a parent or guardian signed consent agreement so that you can go ahead and on-site online test whenever they offer that test. That is found on the the registration portal for Early Start Pathway. What you do is you download it and then you sign it, your parents sign it, and then you upload it into the portal so that we can have permission to pretty much have you test at your middle school. You do need an overall grade average of 85, which means that you have to make sure that you do well in math, science, language arts, reading, and social studies. So what we do is we look at your 7th grade report card and we look at your first semester report card for the 8th grade. So what we do is we add up all these grades and divide by the number of grades you have, and that will give you an average. If that average is 85 or better, then you do qualify for this program. Remember that all students have to take the TSIA 2.0. It is part of the Texas Success Initiative program, and it's a test to help your college or university, in this case Laredo College, determine if you are ready for college level coursework in the areas of reading, writing, and mathematics. So to get into the program, you only need to take the Elar component, but later on in your high school career, you would also need to take the mathematics TSIA 2.0, and that comes in like when you become a sophomore or a junior, depending on what math courses you're taking. Remember that in order to get into the program, the TSIA 2.0, you need to get a score of 945 or better and an essay of greater than or equal to 5. If you don't get a score of 945 or better, if it's less than that, it's going to give you a diagnostic test, and you must get a greater than or equal score of 5, and you must also get a greater than or equal score of 5 on your essay. So these are the new requirements for the new test that is being offered to students if they want to take those college level courses. All right. Remember that parent permission is required prior to taking the TSI. Students will TSIA 2.0 test in reading and writing at their middle school they are attending as 8th graders, and your 8th grade campus will let you know when they'll be offering that test. That test will be offered in the coming months, and if you don't get to take it, you can still take it when you're in high school as well. So when you're in high school and if you want to join the Early Start Pathway program, if you didn't get to join as 8th graders, you can still take the test and you'll qualify for the program based on the scores that you get. Remember that the test dates are based on the middle school or high school campus TSI testing schedule. So you would have to contact the campus that you attend to see when they're going to be offering the TSIA 2.0 during the coming months. So make sure you contact your 8th grade counselor or your high school, the people that you just heard, so that they can let you know about their testing dates at their campus in case you don't get to take it at your 8th grade campus. Remember that you can submit your application by May, but if you haven't taken the TSIA 2.0, they will contact you and ask you that you need to take it in order to be able to be part of the Early Start Pathway program. Remember, it's important that you submit your application, but you can always take the TSIA 2.0 later on, so that way you can complete your application and they'll let you know whether you have been accepted into the program or not. Remember that students are encouraged to TSI test with United ISD as soon as possible to determine your qualification. The reason we say UISD is because they don't charge you, but if you go to Loreto College or Texas A&M International, they will charge you there. Remember that the TSI is a criterion reference computer adaptive assessment. It's online. It's online, and the questions that will be given to you on the test are based on your performance on each item. It does include a placement test and a diagnostic test, depending on your knowledge, depending on how you do on the questions. There is a mandatory pre-assessment activity, and it's pretty much offered by Loreto College. And in order to be able to take the college courses at Loreto College, at UISD, then you would probably be able to take these courses once you take this pre-assessment activity. So it's important you take the pre-assessment activity because Loreto College requires it before you take the TSI, just to give you an idea how to take the test. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the TSI A 2.0 Elar score. So this is the English Language Arts reading score that you need to get in order to get into the program. So the Elar component of the TSIA is made up of really 3 tests. It's a multiple choice college readiness classification test, the CRC, the multiple choice diagnostic test, which you might get to take. Some of you might not get to take it. Some of you might get to take it, depending on how you answer the questions on the CRC test. And then there's an essay test. Your performance will determine the combination of tests that will be given to you. You will first be administered the multiple choice college readiness classification test, the CRC. It is made up of 30 questions. It covers 4 subcategories and addresses these 2 content areas. It is reading focused and it is writing focused. Reading focus means that they'll ask you questions that measure your skills in comprehension and analysis of literary texts, as well as informational and argumentative texts, including paired passages. If you get to take the diagnostic test, this content category is also called text analysis and syntheses, and it contains questions about other kinds of text, such as workplace documents. The writing focus questions measure your skills in revision and editing of sentences, paragraphs, and early drafts of essays. If you get to take the diagnostic component, it is called content revision and editing for conventions. And it's like the text analysis and syntheses content category, but it contains questions about other kinds of text, such as workplace documents. If you don't meet the CRC, then you'll have to take the multiple choice Elar diagnostic test. So in a way, it gives you like 2 chances to see whether you qualify or not. If you do get to take the diagnostic, take your time and answer your question to the best of your ability, because they're still trying to figure out whether you qualify to take college courses or not. This test provides you with a second chance, second opportunity to demonstrate your readiness in Elar. The results of this test will provide information on your strengths and weaknesses in the areas of reading and writing. The Elar diagnostic test contains 48 multiple choice questions. So in other words, on top of the other questions that you had to take on the CRC test, they're going to give you another 48 questions. 24 are reading focused and 24 are writing focused. The essay requires you provide a 300 to 600 word essay in response to 1 randomly selected prompt. Your essay is scored based on 6 qualities that are highly valued in college courses. Purpose and focus, the extent to which you present information in a unified and coherent manner, clearly addressing the issue. Organization and structure, the extent to which you order and connect ideas. Development and support, the extent to which you develop and support ideas. Sentence variety and style, the extent to which you craft sentences and paragraphs demonstrating control of vocabulary, voice, and structure. mechanical conventions, the extent to which you express ideas using standard English conventions, and critical thinking, the extent to which you communicate a point of view and demonstrate reasoned relationships among ideas. Once you submit your essay on the computer, by the way, you're not allowed to use dictionary or other outside resources. So then they get to grade your essay, and the essay is electronically scored by an automated system that's specifically designed to score writing samples, artificial intelligence. This system evaluates the meaning of text, not just grammatical correctness or spelling. Your essay is compared for similarities to a set of at least 500 other student essays that have been graded by 2 expert human readers. It's then placed in the same scoring category as the essay it most resembles. Once you enter your essay onto an on-screen text box and submit it for scoring, the system automatically evaluates the essay and returns a score from 1 to 8. Remember, you have to get a 5 or better, as well as a holistic score description that summarizes the quality of your essay. The score and description also appear on your score report. So you remember, you have to get a 5 or better on the essay. If you get less than a 5, you will not be able to be part of the program, because then you won't be able to pass the test. You have to pass the reading, the writing, and the essay in order to get a score. If your essay is too short to be evaluated, written on a topic other than the one that was presented, or written in a language other than English, you will be given a 0. There is a portal that you can go to, studentportal.accuplacer.org, where you can have access to the following resources. There's a study app and printable sample questions, tutorials showing you how to use the calculator and highlighter tools, and your test results and how to send test results to Texas public institutions of higher learning. So I'm going to go to that site so that I can show you what it looks like. And I'm going to switch screens. And remember, you want to make sure you go to the Texas resources. Texas resources. So when you go there, the resources are listed here. There's the information brochure, the sample questions, math sample questions, guide with sample essays, and interpreting your score. If you go to this right here, get the study app, you can get it on your phone or on your computer, desktop, laptop, and you can start practicing. You just have to create an account there so that you can be able to use the app. Remember, go to the Texas Success Initiative assessment, because if you go straight to the site, that is also for the nation as well, but not specifically for Texas. All right. Parents will be notified by the campus administration once your child has qualified for the Early Start pathway. This will be done sometime in the fall term of your child high school career, when the first time they become freshmen. If accepted, a student-parent agreement will be required as acceptance to the Early Start pathway program. All students must return the student-parent agreement to accept enrollment by the end of August of each fall term. It could be later, depending on what the situation is going to be when we get to August. Students may apply again as 10th graders if the qualifications were not met as 9th graders. So you can apply every year that you're in high school, and the last year to apply is as an 11th grader. So you have all these opportunities, but remember that depending on the year you qualify, you'll only be able to take certain courses on the list that I showed you. Remember, only 9th graders can take certain courses, only 10th graders can take certain courses, and so on. So if you joined as an 11th grader, then you're only going to be able to take the courses that are offered to 11th graders and 12th graders. These are the people you can contact for more information. At United High School, we have Ms. Carla Peña Nunez. There's her phone number and email address. Ms. Wendelin Reyes at Alexander High School. Ms. Emily Monsivais at United South High School, and Miss Emily Benavides at LBJ High School. Again, this information can be found at the website, so you can download it and get the numbers in case you don't get to get them right now. If you have questions dealing with the TSIA, you can contact Mr. David de la Rosa at United High School. He's the person that spoke from United High School, or Mrs. Ana Aguilar, Ms. Michelle Lopez at Alexander, she spoke. Ms. Denise Collins at United South, she spoke, and Mr. Juan Herrera at LBJ High School. So these are the people you need to contact in case you have any questions about the TSI at the high school. But if you want to take the TSIA at the middle school, go with your 8th grade counselor. Now, if you have any other questions, you can always email us at magnet@uisd.net. My name is Mario Rosales. I'm the director of the Advanced Academics Program. And you can reach me at this phone number and this email. And there's also several coordinators that can also assist you. They're listed there. And Ms. Moore and Ms. Dora Lopez. Ms. Dora Lopez is also with us tonight, and she's also monitoring the participants. We're at 290. So that way we can reach out to whoever needs the information. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm gonna see if any of the assistant principals want to address anything that they saw in the chat. So we'll start off with Miss Michelle Lopez.
I think what I saw the most that parents were concerned about is if you can be magnet and early start pathway. And yes, you absolutely can. Okay, because and I don't know if I'm sure there's some of you parents that saw us, you know, when we presented at the magnet, sorry, not the magnet meeting, but when we presented for AP. And much like the same question, can you take AP along with early start pathway? Yes, you can. Many of our courses are just replacing, right? For example, when our students take sophomore year, the History 1301, that takes the place of their world history requirement, okay? History 1302 takes the place of their US history requirement. So all of those courses are required for magnet students, whether they take it through early start pathway, like through a college course, or they take it AP. So yes, you can do both programs at the same time, okay? And then I think one of the things that I'd like to address, that I always like to address every time we, you know, have these kind of meetings, is this is a dialogue for you to have with your children to make sure that they are absolutely ready for this program, okay? And I know with Early Start Pathway, they allow for you to, you know, take a course and maybe not a next course, but that's definitely communication that you and your child should have together before you make the decision for this program, because they don't have to begin as 9th graders or as sophomores. They can begin as juniors if they're not ready at that time. And I tell you all, I tell you parents this, and I feel like I can't stress this enough for you, because this is your child's college GPA. And if they're not ready for the course, or if they don't take these courses serious, because they absolutely are college courses. Our teachers here, for many of us at the different campuses, our teachers are the ones that are teaching it because they've earned their master's degree, but they are teaching these courses through Laredo College. And so they're following the course syllabus, the course syllabus that is given by the college. And every course syllabus clearly outlines and says that work cannot be turned in late, that it won't be accepted, that zeros are going to be given. And many times our children seem to think that because it's still in high school, you know, that they can still turn in later, just like maybe in some of their other courses. So these are college classes. So make sure that before you all make this decision, that you do have that dialogue with your child and you know what you're signing yourself up for, because this is your college GPA. You know, beyond here, this is the GPA that stays with you. So just, you know, when you parents, as you all are as you're viewing everything tonight, this is the time to turn and have your child have a conversation with your child, so that you know going forward that these are the expectations for this program. Thank you.
I did see a question. It says, what are the, do the college courses taken through the Early Start Pathway program carry the same GPA weight as AP courses? And the answer is yes. All right. So Mr. Herrera, would you like to address anything that you saw?
Thank you, Mr. Rosales. I know that there are a lot of questions about TSIA2 and when that's going to be administered. That varies from campus to campus, though we are all currently observing the 2-week remote instruction that was approved by the board just last week. And so we won't be offering the tests over the next, this weekend's tomorrow and next week, but we will be offering that as soon as we come back. Like I said, though, it differs from campus to campus. I know that Fridays were recommended, and that's going to be something that we're going to be observing at Lyndon B. Johnson High School. Students can best sign up by contacting their counselors. But once again, I'm available at 956-473-5104 at Johnson High School. And I know that my fellow coordinators put down their information in the chat as well.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Mr. De La Rosa, United High School.
Thank you, sir. Some of the questions that I saw were already addressed, but also they were asking about if the students coming in from a private school. I believe the link for them to apply was posted on the chat. I know there was one for United Middle Parents, but at the district site, there should be a link for them. Is that correct, Mr. Rosales?
Yes.
Okay. Also, another thing that I noticed is how long is the TSI test? It is an untimed test. We did answer some of those questions. It is untimed. Of course, it varies student by student. On average, it's usually about 2 hours, depending on the student. And I know that we're kind of limited on how we can test right now due to COVID. I know if you reach out to your counselors, they have websites from other colleges that you can go online and take the test through various colleges, if that is a safer option for some of you, which I know we're all worried about the pandemic at this point. Another question was, do the students need to reapply every year? Once they qualify and apply and are accepted into the program, they continue on throughout high school, unless of course their GPA drops or they decide to leave the program. But once they're in for the rest of the high school year, unless something happens. So they do not need to reapply every year.
Mr. De La Rosa, can you address the dropping of the courses?
On the dropping of the courses, on that one, if they get an F in any of the college classes, then they are dropped from the program. And again, what we're trying to do is look out, as Ms. Lopez mentioned earlier, this is where you need to have a conversation with your child. Are they ready for college? Are they going to be invested in applying the effort that it takes to take a college course? This is at a college level. So at any point that they get an F in the class, in one of the college classes, then they are dropped from the program at the end of each semester if they got an F or in one of the classes. Or if they're overall, and I'm talking about the Laredo College GPA or their college GPA, once they accumulate so many courses, if their GPA drops below a 2.0, then they are also dropped from the program at the end of each semester. That's when we do our grade point average checks at the end of each semester. And if that student falls below a 2.0, then they are also dropped from the program. So it is very important they continue with their efforts to maintain their grades, because once they're dropped from the program, they are not allowed to come back. And then again, as Ms. Lopez mentioned, this is their Laredo College transcript or their college transcript, which is going to follow them after high school to whatever college they go to. So this is a serious decision that the students and the parents need to make sure that they're going to be consistent in their effort and to make sure they do everything that they can to be successful. Another question that came up now that I'm talking about this is, can they do ESP and magnets? And yes, they can, so long as all the classes that they want to take are accommodated in their schedule that they can fit, basically. But again, be cautious about that, because again, every magnet, if they're in band, if they're in ROTC, all of those programs, which are great and help develop your children, but it does take time and effort, right? So they're splitting their focus on all these things, and we want them to be successful. We don't want them to branch out into so many different things that they start failing in things. We want them to be successful. So this is a serious decision. As for all the other activities that they do, that they want to give their utmost in each endeavor and to continue to be successful. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Collins, would you like to say anything?
Sure, I'm having a little bit of problems with my internet, but I do want to mention that we do have a lot of kids that are involved in athletics, cheer, band, but these college classes, they do take a lot of out of class work, homework. So your child has to be disciplined, just like Ms. Lopez from Alexander said. They have to have the discipline to meet their deadlines for the college classes and abide by the college syllabus. But can it be done? Yes, we have a lot of students and they get A's in the college classes. But then again, I do see some students who are not able to do it, but maybe they weren't ready. So make sure that your child is ready to take on college classes, because this will affect their college GPA. They're starting their college GPA while also maintaining their high school GPA. So it's an important decision. If you feel they're not, it's okay if they come into sophomore year. It's one class that they did not take. But can they be in extracurricular activities? Yes, but it might require them staying up late at night, doing their homework and studying for exams. But it is a good opportunity, like I said. But you and you know your child best, and you'll know if they're ready for the program. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lopez, would you like to add anything?
I think as far as the questions go, I know that parents are starting to ask now about the number of required and the hours or the number of total hours. It's 33 college hours. I think I did see one that if students can do early college and early start pathway. No, early college is a different program, but we offer the early start pathway offers just as many, a few less, right? There's a little bit less. It's a different program because that program allows for students to earn an associate's degree by the time that they graduate. In this one, it's very possible, very close to earning, but there is also where you can earn AP credits that go along with the college courses. We're excited for your children to join our programs, and we want you all to know that I know we each have kind of told you guys that to have this conversation with your children, and we feel that that's important because in the end, it is your children that are going to be doing the work, so they have to be invested in these programs. But we're extremely excited for what the possibilities of this program are for your children. We have a lot of great teachers here that are professors, and they've been doing this now a while. And I know each of the high schools, they can speak the same about their teachers, that that they really come through for our children. They really help our children out. And at the end, it's 33 college hours that you as parents don't have to pay for when they graduate from high school, which is the most exciting part, because I know how expensive it can be to pay for college courses and books and all the other fees that come with a child going to college. But please just make sure that this is definitely something that your children want to do, that they are invested in this program before you all make the decision. As far as TSI testing goes, because this is the focus here, I believe is mostly middle school students, the middle schools will be contacting you as far as when TSI, the TSI 2.0 will be taking place at their campuses. At the main campus or at the 9th grade campus, we test once they get here to our campuses. But I'd like to extend, very much a thank you to parents for being here and being with so many wonderful questions, because I know that you all have a lot of, I'm sure there's a lot of information here to process, but just know that each one of us, if you call our campuses or send us an email, it's probably better right now to send us all emails. We'll be glad to call you back or to email you back answering whatever questions that you have. I'll go ahead and post in the group, my email and my office phone number. I know that I'm on campus today and tomorrow, and then I'll be off campus after that, but you're welcome to email me and I'll be glad to send any messages to you.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. I'd like to address the UT on Ramps program. See a lot of questions on the UT on Ramps program. All high schools offer UT on Ramps courses, but not all of them. Some high schools offer more courses than others. But the UT on Ramps program is, you get 2 grades actually. One is in your high school transcript and the other one is in your college transcript. So there's 2 different grades that you can earn, but the one for college is the one that gives you the college credit through the University of Texas in Austin. So that just depends on whether you get a teacher recommendation or principal recommendation to get into the course. So during the fall term, if you maintain a certain grade, college grade, then they'll allow you to continue in the spring term so that eventually you'll get the college credit. If you do not maintain that college grade that they want, you can still keep on taking the course in the spring, but you're only going to get high school credit. So it's a really good situation with the UT on Ramps because you don't have to take the TSI. You pretty much base it on how you do in class. And also, if you don't get that college grade, then you can take the TSI if you want to, but you don't have to. But it just all depends how you do in that course in the fall term. But the UT on Ramps course is all year long. It's the fall and the spring. So that way you can get used to the rigor of the University of Texas in Austin. All right, anything else, Mr. Herrera, that you see that I didn't address?
Mr. Rosales, I'm getting some messages sent to me in regards to links. And I'm thinking maybe they might have confused Ms. Dora Lopez and myself. So I don't know if you want to address the links, like for the application process. Okay, sure. It's called magnetapply.uisd.net. That's it's together, not separate, okay? So that's where you go after February the 15th, where you can apply. Magnetapply.uisd.net right there. Okay. Is there anything else that I missed, Mr. De La Rosa or Ms. Collins?
Mr. Rosales, there was one question, sir.
Go ahead.
Can students choose in which high school they want to take this program? If you can speak to that, there might be some confusion with it being a magnet program. The Early Start Pathway program is offered at all high schools. If you're part of the magnet program, you can also take Early Start Pathway courses. So if you're part of the magnet program, you are required to take AP or Early Start Pathway courses to meet the requirements to meet to graduate magnet. So you are able to do both the Early Start Pathway program and the magnet program and extracurricular. You can do band, you can do athletics, you can do all sorts of things with the Early Start Pathway program and the magnet program. Okay. I also realize we have a lot of students that are in middle school right now, and one of the questions is, can we take the TSI outside the middle school anyway, or should we wait until the middle schools contact us? I believe that they're going to be offering it in the middle schools in April. And if you're not able to take it during that time in April, then yes, you can take it outside of the middle school. Except that you're going to have to pay because they charge you at Laredo College and Texas A&M International. And I don't know whether they'll allow you to take it because they also require at Laredo College your counselor's approval as well. So I'm not sure what the situation is now at the college and the university for TSI testing. Anything else that I missed? I appreciate all your time and effort.
Mr. Rosales?
Yes.
This is Melissa Ramirez. Can I just make a comment, please?
Sure.
Parents, if your students take the TSI out of UISD, this is Melissa Ramirez. I'm the Director for Guidance and Counseling. Please make sure that you submit your results to your counselors. That's only if you take it outside of UISD, the TSI. You take the TSI outside of UISD, please make sure that you submit the results to your counselors at UISD. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rosales.
Thank you. Another comment about that, you do need to have to upload the TSI scores to when you apply on the Magnet portal. You do have to upload your TSI A scores into the Early Start Pathway portal. You have to upload the 7th grade report card, the 8th grade report card, and the TSI scores if you have them, once you register on the portal.
There continue to be questions about the TSI tests, and I understand the reluctance to have students test on campus. I do want you to know that all of us are following very strict safety protocols that include self-screening before entering the school building. We're checking students' temperature. In addition to that, we're testing students in classrooms that have no more than 10 students in those classrooms. All desks are spaced 6 feet apart. We also have plexiglass desk guards that are put in, and everybody has to wear a mask. And so well, I know all of us have been TSI testing students at school, and it has been very safe.
Okay, I saw some questions about an attendance link. I did not see an attendance link. Ms. Lopez, I don't know if you said something about that, Ms. Dora Lopez. We have everything being recorded, so everything, the chat is pretty much going to be recorded, as well as everything that you've been asking, as well as the participants. I keep seeing some questions about which programs are available at the high school. We do have the early college program at LBJ, the magnet programs at Alexander, United, and United South, UT on ramps at all the high schools, early start pathway at all the high schools, the gold program at all the high schools. Those are all the opportunities for students to earn college credit, including the advanced placement program, if you get a 3 or better on the AP exam. There is no fee for the TSI test if you take it in UISD. All right, once you take the TSI, you can register and you can pretty much save your scores on the portal, so you can access your reports at any time. The TSI can be taken as many times as you like. But they recommend that you take a break between taking the test, because that way you can review before you take it again, because it is a challenging assessment, because it's a computer adaptive technology. Anybody else have anything to add? I appreciate everybody's time and effort. Thank you very much, coordinators. Thank you very much, assistant principals. Thank you, parents. Thank you, members of the community. Thank you, students. And I'll be, this recording will be posted eventually on the website that I showed you, so that in case your classmates or your other members of the community didn't get to hear it, they'll have it. Thank you all. Have a good evening. Thank you all. Thank you, assistant principals. Good job. Rest.
Thank you, Mr. Rosales. Thank you, Dora.
Thank you, Dora.
Thank you. Good to see
I
you.
think they were confusing you and I, Dora.
Dora, can you unmute yourself? Dora, can you unmute yourself?
There we go. Can you hear me
Oh.
now?
Yeah, did you say something about an attendance link?
Well, somebody was saying that we required a signature list, and we did not. Now, if it's coming from a campus, but we did not require anything like that, sir.
No, we didn't. No. Thank you, Dora.
You're very
Mr.
welcome.
Rosales, if I may interrupt, I believe the United Middle submitted a link for those particular students with those particular parents to submit. So
Oh,
I
I see.
believe Ms. Arizola was asking for that.
All right, thank you.
I think
Thank-
that's what it was too. I saw that on the chat.
All right,
Okay, well, you have a good evening.
all right. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Take care. Thank you all.